They had an unusual, some would say bizarre friendship. A California couple who spent 20 years quietly visiting and exchanging letters with a killer on death row at San Quentin prison.
So we looked up his CDC number and wrote to San Quentin and requested a visit. Oh boy, it was pretty quick that he wrote back and said, yeah, I'd love to have a visit.
Tonight, 2 months after notorious serial killer Anthony Sully died, that couple is talking.
Here's CBS 13's George Warren and the story you will only see on CBS 13.
Most will remember Anthony John Sully as a ruthless killer. A former cop who 40 years ago snuffed out the lives of 6 young people in their teens and early 20s, stuffing 3 of their bodies into steel drums dumped in Golden Gate Park. A monster to most, but not everyone.
Yeah, I cry. He was a friend that I cared about.
Kent Nielsen knows how it sounds as he talks about a man who did such terrible things.
I know people are going to think, how could you care about a guy like that?
To try to explain those feelings, we have to go back to 1969, when Kent, age 16, took a job at the mobile service station that used to occupy that busy corner in Millbrae. Back then, the mobile station serviced patrol cars for the Millbrae Police Department. And that's where and how Kent Nielsen met Officer Anthony Sully.
And so, we became friendly. Not like we were chummy, so much that we went out and drank together or partied together, but we were friends.
Sully, whose friends called him Jack, left the police department in 1974. Kent moved away and the two fell out of touch. And then came the shocking headlines in 1983, the savage killing of 5 women and 1 man, all involved in drugs and prostitution.
Talked to my dad, and he told me that Jack had been arrested. He started sending me newspaper articles and then telling me about it.
In 1986, the jury that convicted Sully for the 6 murders recommended he be put to death. 12 days later, Sully arrived at San Quentin's death row to join the hundreds of other condemned prisoners. And then one day in 2002, Kent and his wife DJ, who happens to be my cousin, they saw one of those true crime TV shows focusing on Jack Sully, who had now been in prison for 16 years.
And I said, I wonder what's going on with him. So we looked up his CDC number and wrote to San Quentin and requested a visit. Oh boy, it was pretty quick that he wrote back and said, yeah, I'd love to have a visit.
That first visit in 2002 led to many others. 20 years of Kent and DJ driving to San Quentin every month or so.
Dear DJ and Kent, I trust this finds you well and in the usual good spirits.
Over the years, they exchanged hundreds of cards and letters.
As always, with love, Jack.
Literally hundreds. We know because he carefully numbered them.
And he absolutely loved every picture, every letter, everything that we did, because we were his life. And he lived it vicariously through us.
So many questions surround that 6-month-long drug-fueled killing spree. How could a former cop be so careless to leave his fingerprints on those drums? Or drag one of his victims for 2 miles in an apparent and unsuccessful attempt to make her body unrecognizable? In their 20 years of conversations about travel, art, food, prison life, the only topic that never came up was the actual reason Sully arrived at death row in the first place.
20 years of visits with a notorious serial killer. Everybody watching this is going to wonder, why didn't you ask the question?
Right.
Why not?
I didn't want to, and he would have told me. He would have told me whatever I wanted to know. I know he would have. But that's not what was important to me. That wasn't the driving force of me being there.
Is there a chance that maybe you didn't want to hear those terrible things coming out of his mouth?
Could be a possibility. Could be. You know, just because that's not what I knew of that man.
As the years passed and California steadily moved away from the death penalty, either by lethal gas or lethal injection, Sully's execution became increasingly unlikely. And in the early morning hours of September 8th, the Marin County coroner called the Nielsen's to say that their friend, Jack Sully, had died a natural death at age 79.
I don't know what the word would be, but you were essentially his next of kin.
Correct.
For 20 years, out of respect, Kent and DJ only shared this story with their closest friends. In a society that demanded retribution for what Jack Sully had done, Kent and DJ Nielsen offer no apologies for showing him some kindness.
George Warren reporting. What a compelling story. I was thinking as I was watching that, I think part of the reason why they didn't ask was that would have changed their relationship,
Absolutely.
right?
The whole dynamic and that trust.
Fascinating. As for the case, 3 of Sully's associates were charged as accessories and received prison time. Today, just one of them remains behind bars and is eligible for parole.